They smile for the cameras, they sing for the crowds, they live on posters in millions of bedrooms. But you never truly knew them. Because behind the spotlights, in the silent corridors of power where money and secrets meet, a very different game is being played. And the pieces left off the board are always the same. Welcome back to the Occult Curious, where we pull back the veil and face what stares back. The story you are about to hear is not just a story, it's a pattern that repeats with terrifying precision. It all starts with a clown. Sasha Baron Cohen, the comedian, the character actor, the man who infiltrates America's madness to make us laugh. But in 2018, during the filming of Who is America, he wasn't laughing. He was witnessing something that would make him call the FBI, something that came straight from humanity's darkest nightmares. Under the disguise of an Italian billionaire photographer, Cohen whispers a horrific confession to a concierge in Las Vegas. A confession about a problem with a young boy. He expected disgust, outrage, but what he received was an offer to resolve the problem. The concierge, unshaken, not only wasn't shocked, but offered contacts, lawyers for silencing, and even other boys. Horrified, Cohen hands the tapes over to the FBI, and then silence. Nothing. No investigation. The case was closed. Why? Who was that concierge who, in his own words, worked for politicians and billionaires? Why would the FBI ignore such blatant evidence? The question isn't what he saw, but who he saw. And then, the pattern repeats. But this time, in a more fatal way. In a short span of time, 4 powerful voices are silenced. Chris Cornell, Chester Bennington, Avicii, Anthony Bourdain. The official narratives? Depression, suicide, tragic coincidences. But Chester's own sister didn't believe that story. She posted a picture, a screaming accusation to the highest echelons of power, before being silenced. Psychiatric check-in, convenience, or a message. The Podesta names emerge. John Podesta, Tony Podesta, shadowy figures in the halls of Washington, surrounded by email scandals, strange art obsessions, and investigation sketches that resemble them in an uncomfortable way. Chester, a survivor of child abuse, would have every reason to expose the monsters. And the project? A documentary called Silent Children, exposing trafficking, exposing the powerful, and then silence. The pattern doesn't stop, it adapts. Jamie Foxx, a man who joked about Diddy's secrets, who spoke about Kanye's forced hospitalization. Suddenly, a medical complication, a disappearance. When he returns, he is not the same. His features subtly different, his energy altered. The internet whispers, cloning, replacement, programming. He denies it, but the damage is already done. The message was sent, watch what you say. And then, the most convenient accident of all. Kobe Bryant, a giant, a legend. But also, a man who dared to challenge even bigger giants, billion-dollar pharmaceutical corporations. A legal battle over a brand, or was it over something much darker? Opioids? Addiction? 3 days before his death, the founder of one of these companies is sentenced for his role in the opioid crisis, and then the helicopter crashes on a foggy day. A tragedy or a cleanup? Coincidences? Perhaps. But how many coincidences need to pile up before they become a conspiracy? How many voices need to be silenced before we hear the scream? They give us simple explanations for complex problems: depression, accident, medical complication. They are comforting stories for a population that craves normalcy. But here, at the Occult Curious, we reject comfort. We seek the truth, no matter how dark it may be. What really happened to these individuals? Who benefits from their silence? And who will be next? The most important question is not in this video. The most important question is in your mind right now. Are you ready to accept the answer?